$127,000 she thinks she's going to pay off in 6 or 7 years. That's not going to happen. I'm going to bet on it.
To get out of that $127,000, I still think it's possible to get out of that federal debt. I have people helping me with my finances right now, and I'm very, very grateful.
People aren't going to be around in 7 years to help you out. People love to help out for a little bit. 7 years? I don't know, man. How do you go into debt $127,000? Are you a fucking surgeon now? You going to go perform open heart surgeries? The fuck are you doing?
So yeah, I recognize that I have a lot more privilege, a lot more support, but I do think that being out of debt in 6 to 7 years is looking like a true possibility, and potentially by the time...
She's talking about a high yield savings account over there. There is no savings account when you're $127,000 in debt. There's no high yield savings account. There is no investing. There is only getting out of debt forever. And it won't work, even still.
I always thought that the people who complained about student loans were the ones that had really high loans, that it's like you're never going to pay it off, so why are you even trying type of thing. So I was never worried about interest, right? Mine is only about 17,000, so I was like, I'm going to pay it off within the time frame. I was
careful with that attitude too, by the way. That's what I said too, and it took way longer than I thought.
Like, I don't have to worry about interest because mine isn't that bad. That's literally what I thought. So today I was like, you know what, let me just sit down and do the math, because I've been making payments, so my loan should be going down by a lot. That's not really what happened. I did the calculations, and my beginning balance was $16,417. I have made six payments of $180, a total of $1,070.
$180? That's nothing. That's probably barely the interest accruing. Oof.
My current balance is $15,827.
Yeah.
It has been reduced by $590, which means $480 of those other dollars went into interest. Which means that I have literally paid half of interest. Half of my payments are going into interest, and
this is the cost of borrowing money. This is what it costs to borrow money. You can't just borrow money for free. You don't just get to go to the bank and just get free money and you just pay it back whenever you want to. If you think inflation is bad, just wait until that's allowed to do. But you can't do that, thankfully. You have to pay it back and then some. And then some. You don't just get to have free money today for you to go live college life and party it up and then just pay back the money that you lent, that you took out. No, you got to pay interest. Otherwise, the whole thing doesn't work. So this is the cost of borrowing money.
My balance, and the fact that my beginning balance is $16,400. It's really not that much, but the fact that it's not.
$16,000 is a lot of money. Don't sit here and look me in the face and tell me $16,000 is not a lot. You fucked up. $16,000 is a lot of fucking money.
Moving, it means that I'm never gonna end up paying this off. This is why. Yeah.
This is why you don't do it. Or if you do it, you have a fucking serious plan about paying that shit off.
The entire system is just a scam. Like, how is it that's...
The entire system is not a scam. It just costs money to borrow money. You didn't just get that money for free. That was someone's money, and they lent it to you. You need to pay that back.
School education is already so high to begin with, and then on top of that, the loan companies take such advantage of you that none of it makes any sense.
It's just interest. It's just interest. We got another fucking ad here. These guys, they post TikTok. They pull the TikTok straight from TikTok and then just post it. Run ads on it.
Student loans were a major scam, and we all fell for it. And listen, this is coming from somebody who had 6 figures in student loans. And I say had because I've got just maybe 15 more months of paying, and I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oof.
There's a lot of blame to go around, but I got to start with my fellow former students. The point of getting a job is to make money. The point of getting a degree is to help you get that job.
Is to have fun and get drunk.
And one of the very first questions that we should have asked when we were 18 years old going to college was, what is the earning potential of the degree that I am trying to get?
When you're that young and you're taking out student loans, none of that shit matters to you. You don't care. I actually think there's an argument to be had there where you can't get a student loan until you're like a certain age. Until you're like 25. Like, why are we giving 18-year-olds access to $70,000s of line of credit for a student loan that gives you nothing? You can't bankrupt out of it. I don't think this is a good idea to begin with. I will wrap it up here. I thought they were going to talk about wage garnishment. This is the title of this video is "Paychecks Are Being Garnished from Student Loans," and I didn't see any of that, so it doesn't even matter if they get the title right. This thing's got 213,000 subscribers on this channel, and it's just TikTok rips. All right, I'm out.